What's up, Soul Fam? It's gonna be kind of like a motivational video, in a sense. You know, I wanted to get into the topic of death, more on the side of losing our loved ones, people we're close to. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, I really never feared death too much, but I sure the fuck feared losing somebody I love. Always have, right? It's the only thing that really bothered me about death was like, I don't want to experience losing, my mom, my sisters, people that I'm close to. And what you fear, you attract into your life. Not saying this is something that I attracted, because by the time it happened, I no longer feared death, and I no longer feared losing other loved ones, because I realized that no one ever truly dies. And when I say that, be mindful of that egoic thought, like, oh, that's fucking bullshit. We do die. Yeah, this human body dies, but who you truly are does not. And once you step into that power, see, you still think you're just a human, and that's why you fear death. But once you really step into your true essence and realize who you are and what you came here to do, death is just part of the process. That's all it is. You know what I mean? That's like playing football. Like, oh, I want to be a football player, but I don't want to be tackled. So I'll play, but I can't be tackled. Makes no sense. That's like playing soccer, but being scared of the ball. And we have to be mindful of these fears that manifest within us, because they're not true. And the moment that I finally accepted that we don't die, and that sometimes when a loved one departs this earth realm, depending on the state that they left this planet, it's possible that they'll be a greater help in the spiritual realm than they are on the earthly plane, because they have that story in their mind as well that creates self-limiting beliefs and fear and unworthiness. And they're so trapped in that they can't help anybody. So, and I'm not coming from selfish, like, oh, fuck, glad they're dead because now I got more help. But to look at the glass half full and be like, well, they were suffering tremendously on this earth plane. And it hurt me to see that every day. It hurt me so much that I had to cut my sister off, because she would drain me dry, financially, energetically, on all levels. And there was a time where I had to make a decision. I can continue to allow this to happen, or I could just, cut the cord and just pray that Spirit sends her healing. Well, I did that, and I still kept in contact with her, not as much as I used to, because that was my partner in crime. I mean, we were addicts together, every day for like 2 years straight, just fucking grinding. And we ended up getting into some shit. She had to go her way to do her time, and I had to do my time. And when we came back, we were both clean. I continued to be clean, get my shit together, get a job, live the law-abiding sheep life. And she was doing good for a little bit, and then I noticed that she started to pick up old habits, and before I knew it, I would hear her moving around, and I would hear a rattle in her purse of pills in a bottle. And then, sure enough, I found out that she was using pills again. And then them pills slowly progressed back to heroin until she was a full-blown addict. And it hurt me so much, because I didn't want to see her do that. I wanted to see her succeed, prosper. But she was suffering so much, and she identified with that pain, believing that it was hers. And that's who she was, and that's what she would have to deal with the remainder of her life. She just decided to continue on using because that was easier that way. And like I said, at one point in time, I had to cut the cord because it was really interfering with what I wanted to create. And sure enough, you know, one night, I got a call from the area code of where I'm from, so I assumed it was my sister Lindsay, calling late night, you know, maybe asking for some money because she wasn't feeling well and she needed a fix, whatever it was. I decided to ignore it because I was already halfway asleep, and I was like, I already know what it's going to be, so I'll call tomorrow. And I totally forgot about it. And then I'm sitting in bed. It's about 5 p.m. And I hear my sister get a phone call upstairs. And then I kind of hear her start crying. And as soon as I heard that, and I thought about the phone call yesterday from Lindsay, from my sister, or what I thought was my sister, I was like, Lindsay's dead. And then sure enough, I get a knock on my door. And my sister Carolyn's like, Lindsay died. She died a day and a half ago from heroin overdose. It was really fentanyl, because that fentanyl is just killing people. Best believe if you're a fucking heroin addict and you know deep down like you could handle your drug, you know, and if anything, it's never strong enough. And then all of a sudden you come across a bag and it fucking knocks your dick in the dirt. Best believe that's that fentanyl shit. Well, anyway, she got a hold of that bag, and sure enough, it was her last bag. Her mother-in-law came home to her in the bedroom, not breathing. And these things happen. But when it happened, I was peaceful with death. And I truly knew, deep down in my heart, that she was in a better place. I knew it. And any hurt and any desire to want her back in this earth plane was just fucking selfish to me. It was my selfish needs. I don't want to deal with this loss. I don't want to feel this pain. Come back. Regardless if you have to still suffer, at least I won't suffer. And that's that selfish ass shit of the ego holding on. You know, and sometimes we have to let go knowing that they're in a better place and they're still with us. And this kind of ties in back to, you know, anger and guilt and shame and fear and how it blocks you out from spirit and your loved ones trying to get in contact with you to assist you, because that's what they're here to do. They're here to assist you to move along more effortlessly through this earth plane. But we're so bent on our hurt from loss. We're so angry. We're so guilty. So shameful that blocks that connection from ever being established. So we never receive the messages from them because we're so wrapped up in our hurt and our pain that it blocks out spirit from getting in contact with us. It's kind of like this. You're in your room cleaning up. You got the music blaring. Family members in the other room screaming your name, trying to get your attention because somebody's at the door to deliver a $1 million check to you. But you can't hear it because your music's too fucking loud. So that whole blessing just passed you by. And now you have to wait for it to show up again. That music that was too loud in your room is equivalent to your anger within your body, your temple. It's too loud. And it's muffling that quiet voice of spirit that's trying to get your attention. That's trying to assist you with healing that anger, healing that guilt, and healing that shame. But we'll never hear it until we set our intention to turn down that music, to turn down that emotion, so we could center and receive what we need to receive. And That's why all our anger at this point is coming to the surface. I'm not the only one. I see it all around me. And it's there. It's coming up for us to heal. It's not coming up to show us like, haha, bad day, I'm here. No, it's here to be like, hey, I'm here. I've been here for a while and you haven't processed me and I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to keep on just, getting swept under the rug and then resurfacing and then getting swept under the rug and resurfacing. But guess what? I'm not going anywhere until you feel me, until you process me. And the moment that you do feel this and you accept it for what it is and what it had to teach you, and then you just release it, chances are it might not come back. And if it does, it's not going to be as strong. And then you're going to do the same thing again. And then the more you do that, the weaker that anchor of emotion, whether it's anger, shame, or guilt, doesn't come around anymore. So find out what that is. And then find out also why. You know what? I'm going to leave that alone. Because sometimes some things just need no response. Sometimes people are so wrapped up with being right that they don't care about anything else. Even about love. I've seen it. I've seen it where people, couples, married, saying they love each other, but then get in an argument about, I don't know, coffee, the flavor of the coffee. So much that they have to rip through the garbage to get the coffee bag to prove to their loved one that they were wrong and they were right. Is that love? We have to start questioning these things. We were never told how to love. So when you are not good at it, don't get down on yourself. But just ask Spirit, how could I be a better lover? How could I love? And the message that I just received is, love y'all motherfucking self. God bless.